and other offensive languages. How are you doing? Do you read me? I suppose this is the first live show as Daniel in the new apartment. So, welcome to this insanity. The question is, over the next hour, as we intimately chat about life and happenings, is can you handle the change? Because this is some dramatic times we're entering right now. Hello to everybody that is joining me live on YouNow. Hello to everybody that is on the YouTube chat. And hello to everybody that is watching this not live on YouTube on Dan Is Not Interesting, that probably saw this in a Dan Is Not on Fire community tab and is like, what to heck is happening? Well, this is a Dan live show where I chat intimately about what I've been up to recently, which I guess is more interesting than usual this week, and answer some questions from you guys. So get cocoa, get comfortable, and strap yourselves in, because everything is different. Everything is terrifying. Hello. So you may have noticed the first thing that I guess is quite interesting is that this is the new apartment. You may have noticed, yes, gone is the basically same video as Dan Is Not on Fire. I'm using the same computer right now to stream out of, which is why the camera doesn't look any but here I am. I am upstairs in this apartment. As you'll have known, this apartment is on like 9 floors, basically. It's super complicated. There's like a lounge downstairs, which is super nerdy looking, which is where we're going to play video games and film videos. And there's a small lounge upstairs here, which is basically just a bunch of grey chairs, which is just for sitting in. But we're not going to bother dragging lights and stuff upstairs. So you'll probably not see this other than in photos that Phil inevitably posts of me, like, doing something like, what? Stop taking photos of me, you creep. So over here you'll notice DVD box sets, a white piano. Yep, that's a thing. And then there's not much I can show you from here. There's a lamp, there's a pair of plastic drums. I don't want to unplug this. A terrarium. Do you see that? It's a terrarium that looks like a pentagon. Oh my god, this is tempting fate. And the back of a grey chair. That's all you can see from here. So, yeah. Exciting, right? Let's get on to this, as I know it's what you'll want to talk about. Yesterday, I uploaded a video formally relinquishing the username Dan Is Not on Fire. That is true. Why did you rebrand? Said person in the chat. I love the word. Firstly, don't you just love the word branding? Because branding is something that's like, you know, Pepsi is a brand. And, you know, in a way, with social media these days, simply the way that you decorate your Twitter profile, you're a brand, I'm a brand. If we're out here these days on the internet publicly, and, you know, if future employers and friends and lovers that we want to impress all come to our social media to judge us, in a way we are all personally brands that need to have identities, that we need to decide what they're about, what we're communicating to people. Obviously, as like a YouTuber that those people are like looking at and stuff, that's like more of a definite thing for me. Anyway, so I'm not going to go over the video. Safe to say, I'm presuming most of the people here have seen the video that I uploaded to YouTube. Yeah, I mean, it was bad professionally. No one knows how to spell it. It's kind of funny. A bit cringe, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So from now on, my username online is going to be Daniel Howell. Yep, that is true. My actual full name, which isn't even interesting anymore. Like, if I did this like 5 years ago, people would have been like, that's weird. No one uses their real name on the internet. Is that like dangerous? You're going to get like weirdos talking to you in the street. But name a YouTuber that, other than Phil, that actually has, I mean, you know, you've got Connor Franta, Lily Singh, who's changed the thing, Casper Lee. I'm like the only person other than Phil that hasn't changed their little display name thing to the actual name on YouTube yet. But I thought I'd make a really big deal of it just for you. Niga Higa, good set. And everyone's like, here are my examples! Yeah. But you know Joe Sugg as Joe Sugg. People know me as Dan Is Not on Fire. Markiplier, indeed. Kick the PJ. These are all solid people. But, Dan Is Not on Fire, man. It was just too much. It was just too much. So, are there questions that you have about this? I mean, as I said, this is just me changing my display name. The YouTube channel will always be Dan Is Not On Fire, whether I like it or not. But yeah, pin off. I mean, my name is still Dan, is the thing, and my username is still Dan Is Not On Fire. So Phil is not on fire. That what? I love that people are actually concerned about this. I guess, you know, Phil's Not On Fire series. It's an important thing to a lot of people out there. And we'll know that Phil Is Not On Fire can still say is that in a way, as I said on Twitter to someone in a mention, all of the new Phil Is Not On Fire videos are just sequels to the first one. So there's no reason why those would change. Dan and Phil is still Dan and Phil because my name is still Dan. You know, like people called Daniel can be called Dan, Daniel, Danny. So all the people, I saw someone that was like, my Insta name is DannyFire12. Do I have to change it? No. Not that Danny is something that I've ever asked to go by, or necessarily would want to. I mean, if there's one version of my name that I'm definitely not cool enough to own, it's Danny. But, you know, as with Dan, Daniel, or whatever, if you want to call me it, then that's fine. Can I call you the Big D, said George. No. That's a strong anything but that. Why don't you change it to Howl, or just Howl? That's if I was doing a Troye Sivan and I was like, you know, I'm deciding to focus on becoming a cool music artist, electropop. I'm just Howl now, Howl. That would be cool. Again, like Danny, not cool. So yeah, going with the formal name. Indeed. It's funny because my family calls me Daniel. No one in my family calls me Dan or Danny. Or Little D, as everyone in the chat's saying. Like, you guys are the best. D Swizzle, said Kristen. You call me D Swizzle. There we go. Then that's fine. Yeah, no, nothing where I'm referred to as Dan has to change. Phil Is Not On Fire, it doesn't change. Nothing's changing other than my external branding. So there we go. DJ Howell, said Catherine. Yeah, that's if I'm like, sorry guys, I'm dropping YouTube to become like a generic EDM artist. I'm now DJ Howell. Dan, what's your first owner name? D Fizzle, I guess. I don't know. Where's the butt chair? The butt chair is in where I filmed the Dan Is Not On Fire videos, which you haven't seen yet. So, new apartment, same video background, just that black desk. I like the black desk. You know, I think life. Someone wise said to me, which is that you are happy when you feel like you're being authentic. So if you know who you are on the inside, and that is the who you are that you're portraying on the outside, that's when you feel, well, it's, you know, it's one of the things that can make you feel at ease, or rather that if you feel like the person you're portraying on the outside isn't wholly reflecting who you are on the inside, that can be a source of stress and anxiety. And I'm sure lots of you probably feel like that now. You might be in a friend group that you don't feel like you vibe with. You feel like maybe you can't express yourself because of the situation that you're stuck in, maybe your family, the school, or something like that. And it's that whole thing where you feel like, I need to be who I am. And, you know, that could be coming out. It could be dyeing your hair. It could be becoming a hamster breeder and running away to Argentina. It's important that all of you try to not be someone who, like, in a negative way, but just to aspire to communicate the person that you are on the inside, which for me isn't a big deal. But, you know, changing my name to Daniel Howell was just a tiny part of that. So, yeah, that's that. Good for you. Thanks, Cara. Congrats on the rebrand. Thanks, Google Nile. How many retweets for you to adopt me? Said Fan2007. I'm still moving in, so that's not on the option yet, but I appreciate that you think. Speaking of which, Andrea said, Big Papa D. Great. 2017 Dan is my favourite Dan. Same. Play piano. I don't have any piano. Can you even see the piano? It's like hidden in the corner. There we go. Does that count? Tell you what I was learning earlier. Oh god, I'm not going to do. Oh shit, this is a terrible idea. I was looking at one of those synesthesia videos on YouTube earlier. You know where like the thing's falling down and someone learns it. This is going to be a disaster. Why mate? Oh God. Etc. It's a really hard song to learn. I'm cheating the fingering. Uh-oh, Dan's cheating the fingering. You need like 9 hands to play it, because the whole time you're going like... duh, 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 duh. So I'll get back to you in 10 years once I've learned that. He's bad at piano. That's not that impressive. Anyone that can play piano is like... boop, boop, boop. We had a fandom meetup in Argentina. Did you cry for me? But in all seriousness, thanks. Yes, no, the ship isn't now Faniel. Whatever. Did you get a haircut? Yeah, I did. Can you tell? If I look a bit flat today, that's why. It's just been shorn because I'm going to Orlando before I know it. Dear God. Haven't been home at all. Say hi to Tay Kaylin and I. What up? Can I rebrand now too? You can rebrand whenever you feel like it. You know, just change your icon, change your bio, do whatever you like. You called me Shu once. My name is Sho. See, this is why it's a bad idea that I do live shows and I interact with my audience. I mispronounce your names and then everyone has a terrible time. Good. I can't sleep, said Fan Mellet. I cried because that was so beautiful. Really, wow. And that was a terrible repetition of the first 10 seconds. You must be a wreck when you listen to the whole thing on YouTube. That is actually a super emotional song, though. It just, you know, it really makes me feel, you know, it's like soaring through clouds. It's a song that makes you feel like anything is possible. It's very emotionally tender, but it makes you just think like, I'm in an inspired place where I can do whatever I feel like. Yeah, I'm moving to London next month. You'll enjoy it. Deep Daniel, I'm sorry. Say hello to the local losers group chat. Indeed. What else is in this room? This room upstairs, it's the TV from our old house and a bunch of grey chairs and some terrariums. There are some, do you want me to, I'll go get a terrarium. This is the biggest terrarium. I bought like 4 terrariums and I didn't smash any of them. Look at this. Ooh. Oh, look at that. How cool what is that shit? Yeah, I have like 9 of these. And guess what? Dan's in, it's terraria, not terrariums. Is that true? Is the plural of terrariums terraria? Because that's freaking cool, if that's true. I'm in charge of watering them, not Phil. Are they real? Yeah, they're real. Terrariums are real. What are the plastic drums about? Said Stevie. Stephen, sorry. They are Rock Band controllers. The game Rock Band, I'm very good at Rock Band. I spent hundreds of hours playing it in a... Yes, it's Latin. Ooh, listen to me being educated. Do you like Harry Styles' new song? Obviously getting to the important things here. Latin plurals are changed to A. See, I didn't know that terrarium was Latin. So there we go, all you Latin students being nerds in the chat, educating me. What was I about to talk about? I forgot. Harry Styles, yeah. I mean, I loved Sign of the Times, and I loved, what's that one about New York? That was pretty cool. This one, it was good. It wasn't as good. You know, it could have been a Niall Horan song or an Ed Sheeran song. I mean, no, it was a bit more country. It had that super authentic Harry Styles vibe. It could have been a really emotional, like, authentic American country song. So it's better than, like, generic acoustic pop. And I like it. It didn't rock my socks. But that's okay. What about the new Fall Out Boy song? I died when you changed your username. Well, I'm glad that you're back, Iris. See, what would you have done if I didn't put in brackets "I'm not dead" in the video title? Because I thought about that, and I was like, honestly, I'm the only person on YouTube that doesn't do horrifying clickbait most of the time. I could just do it, and deceased laughed, said concept owl, good. Just have a he's dead. Cried scream. Is this real? Yes. Die a horrible death, said Thea. I'd probably die, said Jade. Okay, well, you know, maybe like it would look a lot better if it just said RIP Dan's on fire, but I couldn't do that to you. I appreciate that. Dan, when did you decide to rebrand? When did I decide to rebrand? For a while. For very, 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 very long time. The thing is, me and Phil, as you know, I mean, I don't need to explain why we did the book and the tour again, but it was definitely, the whole point was to kind of celebrate and immortalize these early days of YouTube and everything. And the name Dan Is Not on Fire was obviously Phil and I. Oh, I'm gonna just stop this live show right now. Just shut up. Oh my god, this chat. People watching this on YouTube. I've got thousands of people correcting my grammar right now. You want the best for me. I appreciate that. Obviously, I couldn't rebrand to Daniel Howell while I'm doing the amazing Tour Is Not on Fire. Like, what? So there were various things I had to do. I thought I was going to upload it in, like, November, but I was just so dead that I was like, I'll do it in the new year. And then, honestly, I honestly thought at some point that that would be in the first video I uploaded this new year. But no, it turns out recovering physically from the live show took a while. In January, that was just kind of recovering from tour, and then February, me and Phil were like doing a thing that you might see, or like maybe not, who knows. And then March was like difficult for reasons that I might tell you. And then, you know, before I know it, I'm going to Australia, and here I am, and I'm back. And then, you know, literally this weekend, I'm going to Florida for Orlando. And then I'm back, and then it's like VidCon, and then 6 months have happened. 6 months. Half of 2017. It's basically June now. It's basically halfway through the year. What happened? How has 6 months passed? Literally, I was like, okay, tour done. Let's get into it. What happened? Honestly, this is weird. The background. It is. I don't like. When we were unpacking, we were like, TV box sets, and there's like books up there. There's like a Dan shelf. I really don't want to unplug this computer, and a Phil shelf. So up there you've got Phil's Buffy comics, some Stephen King books. There you've got all my old poetry and theatre, and some like shitty philosophy books. Hey, Jean-Paul Sartre. And then like box sets there. But it's kind of ugly for, I mean, unless I do these in the Dan Is Not on Fire room, in that case it'd be like like it was in my bedroom, where it was the new Dan Is Not on Fire background, which is the thing we need to talk about. Your hair is kind of straight, I can't relate. The more you get closer, the more wavy it seems. It was like mega curls in Singapore, because it was 98% humidity while I was there, which is why it was those extra curly Instagram photos that I posted a lot of. Maybe I should move that, if that's kind of ugly. Maybe I should like screw the box sets and get some like terrariums up on that. I love the shelf and the piano. The shelf and the piano's good, but I'm feeling the box sets could be a plant and some pictures. Who knows? I do keep saying the Dan Is Not on Fire background. I guess I just mean my YouTube background. In all seriousness, what should I do? I bought a bonsai. I should show you a picture of that. I bought a freaking bonsai to put in the background of these videos, which will be in the background, looking cute. I got a new lamp. There's some things, we'll see. Because I'm going to... We've been so busy moving. Like, oh my god, moving. They say it's like the most stressful thing that someone could go through. I don't think it was that stressful, but I think we're almost done from the boxes. The last 3 weeks-ish, either side, I mean, we could not have picked a worse time to go to Australia with moving into this new apartment. But we've done it, pretty much. And then here we are. Fall off the chair. This is like a proper office chair, and it's like weird. It's got like chunks. So I ain't gonna fall off this one. It's too ergonomic. Done from the boxes. That's correct English, Grace. Don't mock me. Why does Phil have a shelf in your room? This is the upstairs living room. Maybe the downstairs one could be Phil's, and this one could be mine. And that way we could both play video games at the same time without being annoyed that one of us is hogging the tea. Oh my god. That's how I could have played Zelda while Phil played Final Fantasy. Anyway, so as I just demonstrated, we're not quite sure how we're arranging it yet. I think I showed you in Phil's show that there's like this weird glass rule where I was thinking of filming Dennis Not on Fire. Maybe this should be the Dennis Not on Fire background. Who knows? Expect things to move around. But yeah, I had a bonsai, I went away for 4 weeks and it died. You can't leave plants alone for 4 weeks, Titchy Hill. Dear God. Were you there when Phil got shouted at for the pigeons? I wasn't there, but I've seen Phil freaking out about the pigeons. So if you don't know, there's like a little terracey balcony thing at this apartment, which is good. There's some outside space. It's like walking a dog. And there's been some birds, and Phil was like, I'm so excited, there's pigeons. Cool. Lots of people are like, don't attract pigeons, because they carry many diseases, and they crap on everything. But Phil was super excited, so he started feeding them with cereal, which is bad. But then he had like a bit of a weird moment the other day, where he went out onto the balcony and saw a pigeon, and wanted to feed it. But he kind of freaked out because the pigeon made eye contact with him and he didn't know what to do. So in this moment, instead of like holding his hand out or like delicately scattering them on the floor just in front, it wasn't cereal, it was like this weird seedy thing. It was not my cereal, it was bird-safe edibles. He, instead of giving it to a normal way, he freaked out that he was looking at this pigeon and he just went like, "Mwah!" and threw the stuff at the pigeon. He attacked a bird with the stuff. He wanted to befriend the bird, and he literally projectile attacked this pigeon. The pigeon screamed and started flying. Phil screamed and ran away. And I was just sat here like, what did you even attempt to do there? And then here he is luring them, and apparently the neighbours like, yeah, the pigeons are going to poop on everything. So there we go. How do pigeons scream? Like, ah! It was super dramatic. I don't even need to say. Can you say hi to Valen? Hi. Say hi to the top fans. I will. Shout out to the people supporting me live on YouNow right now. Not like you scroungers watching this on YouTube joking. Thanks for watching. Soph loves Phil. Millie soft howl. Tyler soft Jove Sophia. Miss Marie 32. Rawawi soft wonderfully. Rachel Dan come back to I will never know what that meant. Burgirl, Carrie Ann Sandberg, Rachel Norton, and Google Nile. What up? Will you do a house tour? Not sure. Because I love when YouTubers do house tours, and yet I feel like they're a bit too materialistic. Who knows if Phil feels like that's a way, or not. Who knows? Plus, everything might move around. Haven't decided. When will the next Dance Not on Fire video be? This is a thing, like, earlier in the year, I was like, of course I'll do all of these conventions, and obviously I love going to YouTube events, like the one in Australia and Playlist, because it's an honour and a privilege to meet my wonderful audience that's supporting me. But it fills up the calendar, so by the time I've finished moving house and I make a video, I'm like, oh god, I'm literally going to Orlando. The thing is, I said Dan is not on fire again. I'll be weaning myself off of this. See, maybe that's correct though, because, you know, it's Dan is not on fire. When it says Daniel Howell on YouTube, that's just the display name. As I said in the video, you can go to it right now, youtube.com/DanisNotOnFire. My channel will always be that. So whether I like it or not, they will always be Dan is Not on Fire videos. That's just not how I want to be perceived to people that don't know me yet. Daniel sounds lovely. Thanks. I could have a worse name. Do you feel more sophisticated, Daniel? I mean, it just sounds like it, isn't it? But, you know, at the same time, I'm not sophisticated. What about Instagram? Instagram and Facebook. On one hand, they work differently, because when you search on Instagram, it searches for what people's display names are, not what their URLs are. So my display name is Daniel Howell, and it was Dan Howell before. And if you searched Dan's Not on Fire, it wouldn't have found anything, because the way it works is like any celebrity, like loads of verified people on Instagram have like just random trash URLs that don't make any sense, but then they have their verified name. So Facebook and Instagram, it's not really a big deal, though I can attempt to harass the people that have it. Tumblr is working. I think I put in like a weird redirect, so if you go to Dan is Not on Fire, yep, that worked. I should probably whack a theme on that at some point when I get a moment. Twitter, we're like all ready to change it, because the person that uses Daniel Howell isn't active for me. But then they were like, bank holiday soz null, and I was like, I'm uploading this video on Monday, and they were like, sorry, we're not working on Monday, good luck with everything. So whenever somebody at Twitter feels like it, That'll be a thing. Why do you use the word whack so much? I don't know. I guess just like whack a thing. It's just like a thing. You now. It changed. What changed? Twitter changed. I'm out of the loop. Oh my god, it changed and I didn't even realise. I mean, thanks, person at Twitter that did that. I really appreciate. So what the hell happens now if you go to Dan It's Not on Fire? I like that I don't even know this. People at Twitter have my back. This account is temporarily restricted. Nice. Okay. Well, you know, I don't even know what's happening in my own life. Cool. There's unusual content from me. Really? Well, I guess all of my tweets are things. Look, since you ditched VidCon Amsterdam, will you come to this? Yeah, sorry we were busy during VidCon Amsterdam. All my faves went. I could have bonded with my buddies. Yeah. The one regret that me and Phil have about Tatanov is that it couldn't go to more places. You know, it was a big production. We had a point to prove. We wanted it to be super creative and blow everyone's minds. Phil and I, look, I don't even care. I don't even care. And, you know, we did it. Oh, everyone was like, oh, great stage show. Oh, we won loads of awards. The one bad thing was we didn't get to go to lots of places in Europe, in Canada, in Asia. Didn't get to go to New Zealand. So, yeah, any video ideas? I'm stumped. Express yourself. So, yeah, I mean, the thing is, with YouTube videos, is it's really tough for me, because I worry so much. I'm not saying that Dan does quizzes about himself was filler while I was having an existential crisis thinking about this rebranding, moving out and going to Australia, but it kind of was. It's that thing where lots of people can enjoy lots of content, but I feel like you know, what makes me happy, what makes Daniel happy, is when I feel like I'm really, really challenging myself and expressing myself and doing something that I feel like is original to me and not just any kind of light entertainment that anyone could make. And I know that that's bad in the sense that there's so many things I could do that people would just enjoy. And I could make just so much content, you know, the kind that other people do, like reacting to things, talking about things, even sketchy videos, you know, like Lily Singh makes so much content, and she's amazing. I mean, I don't even know how she does it, queen of YouTube in life. But the whole thing with me is I roll around for 4 days, and even if what only comes out at the other end of it is my evil piano teacher, or I nearly blinded myself, or something, you know, too deep for me, at some point I felt like it was something personal to me that I wanted to express. Her vlogs show her struggle. I should watch more of her vlogs. There's the problem with being a YouTuber and having YouTuber friends is I literally can't keep up with everybody's lives. So I see people and I'm like, I'm sorry, I haven't been stalking your vlogs as much as I should. So yeah, when I get back from Orlando, I'll do some deep introspective pondering, and I do want to make it a goal that more content on my YouTube channel is good. Stuff that you go, damn, that was some good content. Was it scary changing your branding? It was scary in the sense that I didn't know how you guys would react, but you were also positive. I mean, some people were like, I'm shook, but I feel like by kind of doing impressions of the 10 people that would react to my video at the start of the Dan It's Not on Fire one. I hate change, it freaks me out. I hate it. Why do you do this to me? Sorry, I mean, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Danny's not on fire, said evilly. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. But yeah, you were all like, I love change. Change is good. You know, like change is... The thing is, like, when I'm a YouTuber, and I've got this kind of established community of lovely, intelligent, kind, supportive, talented people with great taste that are just they have the best taste on the internet. I feel like it's a big deal to change anything because people, you know, you like watching the Dan videos, and if something changes, then it's like, oh no, this thing that, you know, entertains me is like, but personally in your lives, you know, change can be inspiring. Sometimes just like randomly changing something can give you that, you know, inspiration that you need. Some, you know, a little bit of adversity, changing your surroundings. Sometimes you do things that would make you less comfortable Because, you know, it's that whole living versus existing thing. It's like, what is having everything you need and being comfortable and being content moment to moment versus, you know, really doing it. Because I'm the kind of person, there's some people out there that are quite content to just be comfortable and enjoy the little things. But deep down, I'm somebody that craves that challenge, you know, and I feel like I need to be provoked a bit. So maybe stuff like that's important, even if it causes adversity in the meanwhile. This is getting too deep for me. Sorry, okay, let's get relatable. Let's change the subject. Brianna said, I love you, make me smile. Thanks, Brianna. Thanks for the vid yesterday. I had surgery. Get well soon, Nina. Dan is a verb in Spanish, said Lexana. What does that mean? I'm terrified. Can you say hi to Kyra and Alessia? Oh God, do you like Harry Styles solo music? Yeah, I'm pretty zazzed. Say hi to my best friend Sarah. Hi. Dan is not on fire with spaces. Get out, Rose. Marry Owen Jones. I think he has a boyfriend. I'm not sure. Can I call you Daniel the Spaniel now? Call me whatever you want, Mariana. In high school, I'm going to do piano lessons. Good. That's good for you. You do piano lessons. Stop saying zazzed, said Bloss. Soz. Indeedykins. Say happy 18th birthday to Paige. Happy 18th birthday, Paige. Say hi to Jamal. What up? Are we supposed to call you Daniel now? You call me Dan, you call me Daniel, you call me Danny. I mean, Dan is just the short name for Daniel, so you can just call me Dan. My GCSEs are in 2 weeks. Pray for me. Honestly, everyone doing GCSEs, I feel sorry for you. Exams, there's just so much. Honestly, I think back, and I just think there has to be a way to change schools and exams and the way that they do things that's just less stressful. Because when I was doing my GCSEs, my A-levels, which are like the high school exams, I was so stressed. It was just awful. Like, I was so anxious, I couldn't sleep, and I was just thinking about how my life is going to be ruined, even though that's not the case, if I didn't do the best. And there's just, like, the schedule is crazy. It's like you've got to wake up and you've got to do, like, a maths exam, then an English exam, and then a geography exam, and then you get up the next day and there's, like, another English exam, and you've got to revise for so many other subjects. It's like, at least they can split up the subjects, or, like, maybe you do a geography month where you just study and then you do that. It's like, why should you have to study 14 subjects at the same time and then revise for 14 subjects, and then it's terrible, isn't it? So, what does revise? Revise is the British word for study. It just means study your notes to make sure you're all prepped for the examarinos. And then you get to university. Oh boy, it doesn't get easier. I mean, it depends what you study. Studying law, it does not get easier. Studying law, it was much, much harder. Can I call you Dennis? Well, all those XD tweets, true, they were. I feel like I need to get better on YouTube about not putting so many things on the screen that you can't read, but I feel like it is quite fun for people to go back, and it's not British at all. Well, lots of places that aren't the places that people that didn't know what revise meant place to go back and click on. Yes, all of those XD tweets were real. How horrifying is that? Done for Prime Minister, so we have better school lives. Maybe. I have too many skeletons in my closet. It's too bad. 2017 year is a year of change. I mean, maybe. I mean, it's not a big deal. The thing is, like, say that there's an average amount of change that you want to just do throughout your life as you go. You know, you want to get a haircut, you want to get a new hobby, you want to move house, you want to change your branding on YouTube. When the thing is, me and Phil were so completely absorbed by The Amazing Tour Is Not on Fire, and even the book before that, and you've seen the videos that we did about our memes, you know everything that we did in 2015 and 16. All of that had to just be pushed to the side. Correct me, I don't care. So maybe it's like a bit of an accordion, and now suddenly it's like, but that's just because we've barely just recovered from the tour. White piano, yeah. Got a white piano. All the furniture is white. Maybe it would be cool to show you this room, because this is like my bedroom, and this room upstairs are like the ones that I've had a hand in aesthetically recrafting, whereas the TV snug, we were like, we can't get rid of the sofa crease sofa, so it just looks exactly the same as our old apartment. You'll see it in exposing videos that Phil shoots at me without me looking at. I can't show you now without unplugging this computer. Which is a thing that I have done before. Do not worry. If you want to make more casual light entertainment, do it on your second channel. That is an idea. That is an idea. I've got a GoPro strapped to this. I've got one here that I could just stick to the back of this. I could film more. You know, there's lots of YouTubers whose side channels aren't daily vlogs. They're just kind of like shitposty, spontaneous one-take vlogs. I could be about that, but I feel like mentally I need to be in a different place. Scary. You'll see. Your chair's ugly. I don't think it is. All the chairs in this room are grey, so it goes with it. I tried hard to have the consistent one. I love your piano. Thanks. Do you think Phil's going to change his branding? No, Phil's happy with Amazing Phil and blue and green colours. Tell you what I need to do. I have like a freaking checklist. Tumblr theme. Oh my god, how on earth? I need, maybe that'll be a future one. I can ask you for Tumblr themes, not now. Need to do that. YouTube banner, but I have a crack at designing that myself. So I could do it, and then you could tell me, and then the thing is, like, everyone has different tastes. So do not get excited, like, you are not allowed to have any hype for a new Tumblr theme or a new branding freaking banner that I design or anything like that, because whatever it is, half of you are going to hate it. Because that's the thing, like, everyone has different tastes. Some people might want it to be classy, some people might want it to be funny, some people might want it to look super aesthetic, some people might want it to look cute. I'm hyped, no hype. Oh god! So yeah, I mean, give me a couple tries to attempt to make something good and it being ugly. Honestly, the hardest thing is a font. Imagine if you were a YouTuber and you had to pick a font that represented your personality. Honestly, like how I'm procrastinating from that because the thought of finding a font for any new graphic design, Comic Sans, I was just like, I can't be Comic Sans. Like Comic Sans, ironically in the video, like my actual, no, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with my actual banner on YouTube? Can't just be Comic Sans. Dear God, Century Gothic. Ooh, okay. I've had that. Century Gothic web-free font. That's okay. That's okay. It's kind of, it's cool. I need a font that says, maybe it should just be like Times New Roman with an aesthetic vaporwave style background behind it. Who knows? Arial. Imagine if it was just Arial. Helvetica. We're in 2011 again. Papyrus. yeah, just some embossed papyrus in light green. We'll get back to that. New icon. As I said in whatever video that was recently, need an icon with the curly hair. Should change my bio. Like, is my bio still, I make videos about how awkward I am and people laugh at them. No, who uses the word awkward anymore? I mean, awkward is a word. It's a word with a definition. And by all means, I am awkward. I always will be. And it's an important aspect of my personality. But it's a very, like, 2013 word, isn't it? It's like, awkward lol. Maybe it should, what's something that doesn't, maybe it should just be like, my life is a joke. There we go, that works, because, oh my god, that's amazing. Because, like, it is, and it's like I'm making a joke, but also it's like my career is literally making self-deprecating jokes about myself. Okay, I'll change it to that for a while. Don't change everything at once. Tell you what, there was a time when I thought this video, because I was like, yeah, I'm going to get like new graphic design. I'm going to have every single website ready to change to like @DanielHowell. I'm going to be in a new apartment. I'm going to have a new filming setup that's fully done. And then I'm just going to drop this video called RIP danisnotinteresting, and then everything will be different. Turns out I didn't really have time to do all that. So it's more of a gradual process. But I feel like that's probably a good thing. I think it would have been a bit much if that all happened. So now we get to go on this journey together. You slowly get to experience me attempting to redesign all of these things, and I think that's nicer, you know what I mean, because you are the audience of people that watch me and care about what I do. It seems much more appropriate that we go on this journey together as I slowly replace all of my ugly banners. When is the next video? I mean, I'm going to freaking Orlando. You agree? I mean, I am really looking forward to meeting everybody, because it is honestly doing meetups is one of my absolute most favorite things because, as I've said before, being a YouTuber, it's a lot of mental headspace. Everything's in your head, and there's all this criticism and this self-doubt, and you don't interact with many people because you work inside your house, and it's hard to really tell what you're doing or why or whatever. And then you do a meetup, and you actually see the people that watch your videos, and they can. It's people have all kinds of different reactions, but it's just the absolute best thing. And Playlist are doing this extravaganza thing, which they're hyping up a lot. Basically, it's like a welcome to a convention thing. Me and Phil are hosting it. We're being like super professional presenters, except it'll be stupid and casual. So that should be fun. We're hosting it. Lots of other YouTubers are performing. We're going to do a couple games. Obviously, me and Phil will do some things, just us, and it would be nice. Honestly, Phil and I'm just not going to learn. I'm just not going to learn. The day I say Phil and I will be the day I stop referring to it as Dan is not on fire background. Say hi to Lara, Bianca, Roxy, and Althea. Hi, thanks for watching me live. I have to get wisdom teeth out on that day. Rip me. Well, good luck to you, Erin. I hope that you film yourself having like a strange allergic reaction in the dentist and being weird, because it's very entertaining and everybody likes watching it, to be honest. Any new DMP games videos soon? Yes, indeed. I mean, if you didn't see the masterpiece that was the Face App video, if you haven't seen this, because it was kind of new, go to youtube.com/DanandPhilGames. We made a video doing that Face App thing. Oh, I should Instagram the collage. Definitely. That's like so disturbing. I'm gonna like set an alarm for midnight. Cool. And when I do that, I'll remember, and then I'll post it tomorrow, and it's like a good time. Because people need to see that. It's funny. Yeah, lots of Dan. We filmed, because obviously we're going to Orlando for a bit. Phil's having like a holiday with his family. Honestly, Playlist Live, we've been going for like the last couple of years. Why does Phil's family always have a holiday in Orlando at the same time? I feel like they're in cahoots. I don't trust them at all. So we filmed a bunch of videos, and they're good. I'm telling you now, The Sims, whoo! Strap yourselves in. And there's some good uns. Horse, said Tommy. Yep, horse is coming, Tom. Don't worry, you're going to get that horse action that you crave, among other things. What are you calling Pin-Off now? Pin-Off. Have you unpacked everything? Pretty much, yeah. It's just need to decide what's in the background of my Dan Isn't on Fire videos. Indeed. Dan, your hair's frizzy. I know, it just got cut. I'm sorry. Dan, I came to hear your musings, not to watch you adjust the top of your head for half an hour. I'm sorry. This is who I am. This is what. Have you met the neighbours yet? I haven't yet. Phil has. That went well, didn't it? Good start. Enough storage. So much storage. You have no idea. An incredible amount of storage. Just surplus storage. Show us your aesthetic bedroom. Perhaps. Maybe I'll Instagram it. Or something. What about the new Gorillaz album? I love it. I love it. What a blessing. Let's talk about music for a bit. Yeah, so music. If you don't know Gorillaz are a band. They're an animated band, but they're headed by Damon Albarn, who's a guy from Blur, which was also like an iconic British indie band. And they're amazing. If you're somebody that likes pop, or you're somebody that likes hip-hop and rap, or you're somebody that likes rock music, Gorillaz is like right in the middle of all of it. It's like catchy pop, but they're a band, and there's like so many eclectically picked rap features. Gorillaz are awesome, and they have just blessed us with this incredibly long new album. Yeah, and it's pretty great. It's not like as good as Demon Days. It's very long. I don't think all of the tracks are amazing. So as an album, it's not like a single piece of cohesive art. There's like a 10 out of 10 statement from front to back. It's just like a whole bunch of music, like a content dump. But I'm blessed to have that in my life. Obviously, Kendrick, man. We haven't talked about Kendrick. Like, what? Amazing. I wasn't expecting it. If you don't like listen to Kendrick Lamar, you don't know what's good. I mean, what do I even say? Damn, it was good. It was like strangely commercial and modern after the inaccessible kind of like jazzy production on To Pimp a Butterfly, but I like that. I think it's an artistic direction. If at once it may seem more commercial and less deep, I think actually you realize that it's like OK Computer with a story from start to finish, and there's so much to go in deep and analyze, and it's pretty great. I think I preferred Good Kid, Mad City as a straight along story, but it's just again blessed with such incredible content from an inspiring artist. Here's it's that whole thing like YouTubers. It's very hard because what people want is like lots of stuff all the time. A music artist gets to spend like 2 years doing on an album that then blesses you forever. And I'm not saying that's what I want to do. It's about me just finding that sweet spot where I'm happy with the content that I'm making. I think it's good, and then I'm also not starving everybody to death. Are you seeing Carrie Hope and Adam's Fam? I'd love to. Obviously, I love Carrie, one of the most talented people I know. What do you think of the new Paramore song? The new Paramore song's good. I don't feel like it's that much of a change from their last sound. On the last act, it's just like a bit poppier. It's okay. I feel like it's got like a bit of steely drummy xylophoniness that's like a bit like a record label is telling them that's what's poppy these days. But with bands like this, sometimes you have to look past the production and just appreciate the great performance, because obviously Hayley's a great performer, and the songwriting and what the band is trying to say with the lyrics and stuff like that. Like the music can sound like any kind of genre. You just have to think, like, what are they doing? The Ripped Jeans, Dan. Yep, they're good. I keep sticking my foot through them when I'm putting them on, though. That's the danger. That's the danger of the thing. It's the Danifil Games' 3rd anniversary. 3rd? What the hell? That's so disturbing. Have you seen Hamilton yet? Not yet. Martin Garrix and Troy. I love that song. Troy, King of Life. Tell you what, we saw Troy briefly. He came to... am I allowed to say this? Sorry if I'm, like, saying something. Came to see his bro at that Cool for Summer thing we went to. And we had a little catch-up chat very briefly. I was like, sorry to just, like, disgrace your existence with my ugly self in your presence. Hi to Lara, Blanca, Roxy, and Althea. What up? Thanks for being supportive and watching this show. The premium messages feature broke there. You're a nice movie, said Kath. I'm hyped for that. Honestly. With all the politics and terror and things that were happening, I feel like Yuri on Ice saved 2016 by just being this kind of like trashy / amazing, wholesome, super gay anime that everybody didn't know that they needed. And unlike the Free movie, which was really terrible, I feel like what can the Yuri on Ice movie be that isn't incredible? Like, I'm so, like... We're all so in deep with this amazing anime that if it was a prequel, if it was a sequel, if it was what Yuri was like as a teenager, if it was what Victor was like as he was, a young aspiring ice skater, they can't do an hour and a half of content that isn't an absolute blessing on our lives. And I will keep using the word blessing, because honestly, I just feel so blessed whenever any of these creative people just give me these things that I like. I haven't seen it yet. Oops, it's pretty good. Yeah. Attack on Titan is back. It's so amazing! Oh! Attack on Titan, man. It's been so long, but it's so good. It's horrifying. It's so unbelievably terrifying. It's like, what if humanity was just so powerless against this enemy that they have no chance against surviving, but they have none of the technology, and there's this big conspiracy, and it's just so good. Oh! Historia! Man! Ugh, anime, man. If you don't watch anime because you think I'm not about that weird cartoon weeb shit, you are. You just don't know it. You just don't know it. You need to get on that anime. Dan, you're weird. I am weird. But what is weird? What is normal? Is normal biologically and evolutionary what a human would behave like? Or is it that just in our modern society there's all these expectations and roles, and normal is just the average of that? In which case, being weird, which is kind of sticking out of that, I don't see how that's a bad thing at all. It's a cool thing. Hi! Are you okay? I'm zazzed. Thanks. Have a rant about society. Here we go! Yep. Dan, I have a math exam tomorrow. Help. As long as you know how to calculate things and can basically function numbers, it's okay. Like, just make sure, like, work out all the different kinds of problems that you could be asked. Like, how do you solve a surd? How do you solve a balanced, equation? How do you plot a graph? And if you can just solve it once because you actually understand how you're supposed to do it and you can count to 10, that's all you need with maths. That's all you need. Once you know how to solve an equation and you have a basic comprehension of like numbers in your head, you can do it. It's just there's so many that you need to learn, and that's what I found difficult with GCSEs. I was like, too many problem, so little time. Add on, whoops, and my teacher was kind of bad. Or was, I feel bad. Like, the teacher necessarily wasn't terrible. It's just we had a very, very badly behaved class, and he wasn't a teacher that was good at controlling a very badly behaved class. So, what about A-level maths? I didn't do A-level maths. I did not do A-level maths. Change profile picture. I will. When I think of one, I'll take one. What should it be? Maybe I'll take a Polaroid of myself. Dan, why are words named what they are? I don't know, man. That's crazy. Just over time, our monkey selves that evolved made lots of different noises until we had lots of noises for lots of different things. Are you changing your YouTube icon? I mean, I should, because it's not even a very good one. Like me from like ages away, like that. All in good time. I'm in no rush. Honestly, with this video and the moving and coming back from Australia, I agreed to do too much. What I need, the thing is, my kind of inspiration for Dan Is Not On Fire, what I need is time and space, because I'm an introvert. So even if I've been on like holiday with a bunch of people, that will kind of stress me out a bit, because what I need in order to be like creative and to calm down is just to be alone. Like, I need to be alone in a quiet place, and sometimes that means I need to just like eat and read books and just think and look at Tumblr for like 2 days just to recover, just to calm down, just to like dump all of my stress and stuff so that I can breathe calmly. And then I need to just start from a blank slate and think, okay, what do I want to make a video about? And then, I think of an idea, I come up with ideas, maybe it's something that I need to write, maybe it's something that I isn't, and then I think it through, and then sometimes I hate it, I need to sleep on it, I need to wake up, because sometimes I just don't think it's good, I just think it's terrible, and then I wake up the next day, and then suddenly it was just sleeping overnight that gave me that switch that I needed. And I know that there's so many YouTubers that can just like bash it out. The thing is, like, I'm just not a good YouTuber in that sense, Some people, they might just be much more functional people that don't have to deal with all the mental health issues. But, for who, until I make, changes in my life as I go along, just constantly trying to make things better for who I am, what I'm like, this is just how it works. So, for you who are used to all these other YouTubers, I'm sorry that I'm not a better YouTuber, but it's just the struggle, you know what I mean? And that's not to say I couldn't be better, because I think I should. Try meditation, I should meditate more. There's so many things I know that I should be doing that it's just hard to do, you know what I mean? It's like, honestly, you should exercise, because exercising is really good for your mental health to, dump stress, get some endorphins in. Eating healthily, like not having like a billion carbs, you sleep better. Meditating, breathing, doing little things, getting sunlight. These last couple years they've been so busy, and it's been great. These last 2 years they've definitely been the best years of my life, just with all of the great success and the amazing times me and Phil have had. Really connecting with you guys, the people that have been casually watching our videos over the years. And now it's a time to kind of sit back and breathe, where I shouldn't have agreed to going to all of these events, because honestly, like, but, yeah. Phil and I, look, it should be cool. Talk about Riverdale. I mean, I feel like Riverdale's got better recently. It's been slightly less trash than it has been. I mean, not trash, like a bit silly. There's shows that are like total trash. Riverdale is just a bit silly sometimes, but still really stylish and quite cool, even if it's a bit silly. But it's getting quite good. Tell you what, shut up. Bates Motel. There is a TV show on the A&E network called Bates Motel, about a boy who's cute. You'd like him. He's a bit weird, but maybe you're into that. And he has issues because something traumatizing happened to him as a child, and he has a terrifying secret where he does something horrible to cope. And it's one of these things where this character, he's a really tragic victim of terrible things that have happened to him, but he's turned into this like monster, and it's about this like, it starts off with a bit of high school drama and then turns into family drama, but then it turns into just one of the best dramas with incredible characters, and just like, it's analysing psychology and the human psyche and emotions, and it's just so good. And where are the Emmys? Either way, it ended. It had its last episode just the other day, and it was so good. So like, if you want to watch a show, watch Bates Motel. It needs people to support it, because they're so good. That's good. Have you watched Line of Duty? No, Andrew. But everyone I know keeps telling me to watch Line of Duty, and now you have, Andrew, so it'll be the next show that I'll watch. I promise, ding dong. Doggo, please. Not yet. Still renting. Renting is bad, you know, if you want some Dan life advice, because, you know, renting, you're just giving a landlord money, whereas when you buy a house and you get a mortgage, it's terrifying, and obviously you need to deposit in enough money once you've saved up for it, but then you actually own it. So you shouldn't rent for too long. So Phil and I can't get a dog yet, because it's not a dog-friendly, but, you know, landlord and all that. Dog would be good. Phil's obsessed with a corgi, so brace for that, who knows. Ugly mongrel that we adopt, that was like, Tuesday, me and Phil. Dan, take as long as you need to rent for your two. You shouldn't rent for too long, Dan. You rent for 5. I know, and that's terrible. It's terrible. But London is... people that can buy houses in London are 50-year-olds that have been saving up. What are some of the best things about London? I'm going to uni there. I mean, lots of people are asking me this because, you know, lots of YouTubers live in Brighton, which is a sunny beach. I like the nightlife. Cool. It's fun. Say hi to Cockle. Hi. I love Dodie's music. Dan is not... I love your white piano. Thank you. It's a... which is good. What nightlife? I know, right? I'm talking about theatres and restaurants, not like clubs, because Danny don't go to the club. Or maybe I should be spontaneous and just like go clubbing. Who are some YouTubers that, yeah, maybe like Joe and Casper and the lads? Maybe I need to go out and drink some champagne with them. That doesn't sound like Dan, does it? But yeah, that's it. Here I am, new apartment, recovered from the show, changed my name to Daniel Howell, enjoy me graphic designing and stuff. I'm aware that there's lots I need to change and stuff. It'll be over it. And after a bit of time and reflection on this Orlando thing that I agreed to doing, that I'll be up for it, I'll make a video. And yeah, I hope your body who yesterday, because you could have just been like, what? No, whatever. You know, I had no idea what to. Dan Howell to support you, and he, you know, he was joking a bit, but then so many people were like, Jack, yes, thank you, you're a good friend, thank you, because, you know, it's not a big deal. Still, Dan's not on fire. It would appear I have so many people in my audience that are lovely, positive attitude. So, thanks. Bear with me on the no idea what I'm doing. It's just a constant struggle. There will be, you know, new YouTube videos. Oh God, what am I doing with my life? I hope you're good. Look forward to the gaming videos. They're very funny, and they will be coming on Dan and Full Games. That is, you know, just fun, reliable, I mean, video. I hope you're good. Shout out for a whole hour on Dan Is Not Interesting. All the people on the YouTube chat. I don't know if I'll see you next week, because I'll be in